I'm gonna call everyone back with a ping, and then we're gonna do a lesson. I'm happy I could watch part of it with you all, though. Let's see. Yes. Let me just remake an announcement. All right, we were on. Yes. Everyone named Josh is now banned. Alright, do we have any Joshes in the chat? Alright, so today it's gonna be lines, ellipses, and boxes. Super. Let us just start with this. Just gonna check if everyone came back. One sec. Yeah, all right. We all seem to be back. Very good. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna do the lesson today.
Now that we've talked about how to use our arms to make marks, let's talk about 3 principles, or really simple rules, to keep in mind when making marks. Again, throughout this course, we're being super conscious about how we're doing things. We're not just focusing on the result we're aiming for, we are thinking about how we get there every step of the way. Here's what I want you to think about when you draw your marks throughout this lesson and beyond. Number 1. Your marks must flow continuously. No chicken scratching or breaking your strokes into individual marks. No. Consistent, continuous strokes. Number 2. Your marks must flow smoothly. It is natural for students to focus on accuracy, so they might be susceptible to letting their lines wobble and waver. But what we want is for students to strive always to maintain a smooth and consistent flow every time. And lastly, your marks must maintain a consistent trajectory. Don't zigzag your marks back and forth. When that trajectory changes, start a new stroke. Now, don't worry, we're going to look at each individual principle or rule in a little bit more detail. First, the mark must flow continuously. The most common approach I see from beginners is called chicken scratching, and that's what I showed before, where they will build up a single line by drawing a lot of smaller strokes one on top of the other, gradually making there from one...
Sorry, I was muted. Pokey asks, what did I miss? No chicken scratches, breaking your strokes. You gotta make long, continuous, smooth flowing lines.
Away from one point to the next. This results in a line that feels broken, and when you use it to establish a form, which we'll get into in later lessons, it will not feel solid. Instead, draw a single continuous stroke from start to end. There will be circumstances later in the course when we draw through forms, that is, drawing them like we have X-ray vision. Even in circumstances like this, where you want to distinguish a line from being in front and behind, don't resort to dotted or dashed lines. Every mark must still be drawn continuously from end to end unbroken. And you will struggle with this, but don't worry. Just strive for it and you'll get there. But if you change the rules that you're trying to follow because they're hard to follow, then, you're not going to make any progress in that direction. Second, your marks must flow smoothly. This is where drawing from the shoulder really comes into play. Students are often heavily preoccupied with accuracy, and they will happily draw slowly and carefully, even if it wobbles terribly as it follows the specific path that they're aiming for. That is not what we're after here. Our first priority is always going to be achieving a smooth flow, even if it undermines your accuracy. And it will impede your accuracy. You'll find that you're not immediately able to hit the points that you're aiming for, at least not as easily. But we do have a remedy for this. It's called the ghosting method, and it'll be introduced a little later. There's actually an exercise for it called the ghosted lines exercise. And you'll be able to learn how to divide the process of mark making into individual steps, where each step has its own responsibility, and where when we execute the mark, we are only focusing on the smooth, confident execution, not on precision and accuracy. Lastly, your marks must maintain a consistent trajectory. To put it simply, don't zigzag your lines. When you hit a sudden corner, stop the stroke and start another, instead of trying to repeat a pattern. When we zigzag patterns, sometimes people will do this sort of thing for like grass or fur. They just fall into making the same kind of action over and over and over, and they're not thinking about what each individual one should look like and how it should be designed. It puts us into an autopilot mode, and it makes it much more difficult for us to continue thinking consciously about how they're meant to be made, and it'll make us get sloppy. As we work on building our instincts throughout this course, ensuring that we're always conscious about our actions is what will drive that development. So don't fall into the pattern of just repeating motions on autopilot. Like everything you come across throughout this course, these rules only apply in the context of the course itself. So this lesson and the lessons after it, but not anything that you draw outside of its bounds. When you're doing the assigned exercises, you will be expected to adhere to these rules to the best of your ability. And you will slip up, you will make mistakes, but you'll also catch yourself and reassert that conscious control. So always strive to be aware of what you're doing, but have patience with yourself and don't expect perfection.
Alright, so no chicken scratches, no breaking your lines. Continuous, smooth, and confident lines, even if it impedes your accuracy. And remember to lift your pen between every stroke, so no zigzagging. Let's see what Crispy Weed has to say. Is there any? Oh, there's no other video, so we're just gonna run through this one.
Lesson 1. Lines, ellipses and boxes. Lines, mark making. The principles of mark making. When it comes to the marks you draw, there are 3 overarching rules. Marks should be continuous and unbroken. Marks should flow smoothly. Marks must maintain a consistent trajectory. Let's look at each of these in more detail. Marks should be continuous and unbroken. This essentially means that every line we draw should consist of a single mark. Beginners, due to their heavy reliance on drawing from their wrist, tend to make very short marks. When they want to achieve a longer stroke, they'll draw a lot of overlapping marks, building that line up gradually in what is known as chicken scratching. In other cases, students may find situations where they want to represent certain lines in dashed or dotted lines. For example, if we're drawing through a box, as though we have X-ray vision, we may draw the edges on the opposite side of the form in such a way. Neither of these strategies should be employed during this course. Every drawing here is an exercise, and one of the overarching goals is to help train you to be more confident and purposeful in your marks. This means executing every line in a single intentional stroke. But that artist uses chicken scratching all the time. Some students do ask, I see other artists using chicken scratch when they sketch. Why can't I? It's an entirely fair question. The answer comes in two parts. Firstly, there's a difference between what a student who simply doesn't know how to make marks any other way, chicken scratches, where it's erratic, unplanned, and poorly thought out, and what a trained artist will do. An artist who does so out of choice will generally show far more intent and control behind their marks. And when they need to make longer, more fluid marks, they will be capable of doing so. Secondly, as mentioned above, every drawing we do in this course is an exercise. In this case, we're specifically training you to think through your marks, to execute them purposefully, so you can gain the level of control and forethought that other artists exhibit. When you draw for yourself, you're welcome to do so however you want, but the habits you learn here will gradually bleed into how you approach drawing in general. Marks must flow smoothly. The act of drawing a line has two main challenges. We want to draw our lines to be accurate. We want to draw our lines to be smooth. Beginners often prioritise accuracy first, thinking that it's more important that their lines reach their intended points, but this is incorrect. The most important thing you need to focus on first is keeping your marks smooth and consistent. The reason is simple. We can generally execute pretty smooth marks now, by simply changing the way in which we approach the task. If we draw as confidently as we can, without concern for where we want the line to fall, our marks will always come out smoothly, just not accurately. Smooth flow is something we achieve by the approach we employ. Accuracy, on the other hand, is something that will improve with practice. Nail down the confident stroke now, from your shoulder, and as you practice it, your accuracy will catch up as well. If you do the opposite, focusing on accuracy now, it will be vastly more difficult to make those marks smooth with practice. It may work eventually, but I wouldn't want to wait around to find out. Marks must maintain a consistent trajectory. There are a lot of situations where you want to capture something that has a repeating pattern. When doing so, don't attempt to capture it all at once. Instead of zigzagging back and forth and repeating the same pattern, break it up into separate strokes, each one with a single purposeful trajectory. When dealing with a smoother wave, it's often better to start with a smooth line and then build up individual bumps onto it. We'll use this quite a bit in lesson 3 when we draw the wavy edge detail on leaves. When drawing something more jagged, like fur, it's important that you purposely design the tufts of fur, making a stroke to go up, a stroke to come back down again, another going up once more, and so on. This allows us to be intentional in how we make the marks. Zigzagging back and forth, on the other hand, will cause us to go into autopilot, as all repeating patterns tend to. This will result in the same boring, flat outcome that will lose all sense of character and intentional control. Avoid it wherever you can.
I gotta remember to unmute myself. I'm so sorry. Alright, so I suppose we'll just hop over to homework. And then we'll be doing that here on the stream together.
GG, you're on to lines homework now. Don't forget, do not grind. Complete the recommended amount of each exercise to the best of your ability and move on. You'll have ample time to keep practicing and improving your skills when doing these exercises as warm-ups later. Do not rush. Give yourself the time you need to plan your lines out, to prepare appropriately, and to demonstrate your current best. Every mark is independently important. Use the ghosting method. Read all of the instructions carefully, multiple times if necessary. While I've tried to organise this content in as digestible a manner as I can, there is a lot of information here and there is no way that you would absorb it all at once. Take breaks. One day you're going to be a beast who can draw for hours without breaking a sweat, but right now, you need to be patient with yourself and take it all one step at a time. Homework and exercises. The homework assignment for this section is as follows. 2 filled pages of the superimposed lines exercise, 1 filled page of the ghosted lines exercise, 2 filled pages of the ghosted planes exercise. Each exercise in the list above links off to more detailed instructions on how they're done. Note, these 3 exercises constitute just one section of this lesson. You should hold on to your homework until you've done all 3 sections, lines, ellipses, boxes, and only submit for feedback once they're all done. You may feel hesitant or uncertain about whether or not you're doing things correctly. That's normal, but it's best you push past the urge to second guess yourself. Focus on reading the instructions carefully, complete the work, and submit once all of it is complete. This will give others a solid body of work on which to base their feedback, giving you a more useful analysis of what you're doing well and what you may not understand. All of the assigned work for this section should be done in ink, using fine liners or felt tip pens as described here. In a pinch, I will accept work done in ballpoint, but only if the situation is dire. This is an exception only for this lesson as students get started. Of course, if you're not planning on making use of the official critique program, then this is a recommendation rather than a hard requirement.
Alright, so goes through all the exercises here. So I guess we'll just listen to the instructions for one and then
Superimpose
and do the exercise. Well, there's the superimposed lines.
lines, homework, video instructions. The superimposed exercise is the first one I ever learned from Peter Han, probably before I even took his class, as he's shown it on a few YouTube videos as well. It is, however, important to note that while some of my exercises are based on what I've learned in the past, I'm not always employing them the same way or with the same focus. Keep this in mind in order to avoid any mixed signals. When doing the exercise for Draw a Box, follow my instructions, even when they stray from Peter's own. When following along with him, do what he says instead. This exercise is pretty straightforward. As shown here, start out with a simple straight line with a ruler or a straight edge of some sort. Now, I want you to draw directly on top of that guideline and repeat the stroke freehand 8 times. Pretty simple, right? First, try it with a relatively short line of a couple of inches. Once you've done a few of these and feel more confident, double the length, then try half the page and the full width of the page. As the stroke gets longer and longer, it will get more and more difficult. Also try some arcing lines and even some waves, though the waves will definitely be very difficult. The purpose of this exercise. Every exercise has a specific purpose to it, and how you approach it is going to depend on what you're aiming to get out of it. In this case, this exercise is all about confidence. As you draw your superimposed strokes, you will notice that you're not going to be able to see where your pen is drawing because your hand will be blocking it. This will make it particularly difficult to guide the stroke as you go. Ultimately, that's the point. If you remember back to the lesson, you're not meant to guide the stroke as you execute it. You need to be pushing forward with a confident, persistent pace, trusting in your muscle memory and letting your arm do what it does best. Some students find that looking towards the endpoint can help in this regard. Below you'll find a number of common mistakes I've seen from students over the years. Mistake: wobbling. A wobbly line, as shown here, suggests that you're hesitating and not quite giving up control. You're guiding your hand as you draw with your conscious brain, and it's course correcting as you go, as illustrated in this comic, and causing these wobbles. You need to trust in your muscle memory and allow your arm to do its job. This will result in what I call fraying on one end, like the fraying at the end of a rope, where different strokes are separating from the guideline. But this is entirely normal. It will reduce with practice and time, but for now it is something I expect to see and don't regard as a mistake. Mistake: fraying on both ends. As mentioned above, fraying on the far end is normal and expected at this stage. Fraying on both ends, however, suggests that you're not taking the time to position the pen correctly at the starting point of your guideline, and that you're just kind of winging it. The thing about confidence is that it's not without its preparation. We draw confidently because we've already done everything we can to assure success. This doesn't mean success is guaranteed, but that there is simply nothing else to be done, and therefore no use worrying or hesitating. Example homework: your end result will look something like this.
Alright. Y'all all heard the woman. It's time to do the exercise. Up in here, superimposed lines. Someone asked what ghosting lines is. We're not going to be doing that just yet. I think we'll do the other two exercises tomorrow. Today's just this one. So draw a straight line, then draw 8 more lines on top of it. Do that this many times with these lengths. Remember to not rest your wrist or your elbow while doing it. I will put on some nice music. Here we go. Then we will begin doing the exercise. Can I put up the example sheet? Yes, I can. Give me a sec. Remember to not use pencil for this. Here is the example. Put myself down in the corner. Such. music. Alright, I will reverse this sizes here. And then I'll move the chat window up here so we can still see messages. Is this acceptable? Docta is late, so the exercise today, Docta, is we're gonna make this page here that I'm showing. Essentially, you draw a straight line, and then you draw 8 more lines on top of them, and you repeat this that many times in these differing lengths. It's important to remember to draw confidently, long, smooth lines. If they're wobbly, you're drawing too slow. These are pink lady apples. Very delicious. I like them because they're crispy and sweet. Remember to keep your wrist elbow lifted off the table and draw from your elbow or from your shoulder. Remember to relax your shoulder so you don't tense it up. Also, it'll help if you, after you position your pen on the correct place at the beginning, you look at the end of the line. So you look at where your line is going rather than the pen. It'll help you keep it straight. Make sure that you place your pen correctly so you aren't getting flayed in both sides. At least the left side should be very together. Also try doing it from the right side starting. So you try starting from both sides. Ikuzak makes a good point. Don't copy one-to-one. Do what you think you need. Yes, that's a very good point. I'm just gonna copy the instructions today, and then as I get a feel for it, because we're gonna be doing this at the beginning of every stream now, as they suggested we do. So then as I see what I'm gonna be bad at, then I'll just focus on that while doing these exercises. Lumina asks, what's one-to-one? One-to-one just means you're making the exact same thing. Yes. And remember not to grind, meaning we aren't going to be doing 6 pages of this in a single day. Oh geez, this line is bad. It's going all over the place. Or to look at the end of the line. I noticed that my lines are kind of curving, so I'm gonna put a bit more effort into making them straight. Pokey says the first line should be made with a ruler, and then you freehand over that. Alright. That's a good point. I guess I'll use a piece of paper for the remaining lines to create. That doesn't really work. I'll use my apple container then to make a straight line. Straight line, and Lumina comes with a good point to just pre-draw a few lines. So next time I do this, I'm gonna have a ruler, and then I'll just draw. Maybe I should just have like a sheet that I can copy. I have a copier, and then just draw on top of that. I think I'm gonna do that. They should give just the lines straight. Alright, well, my sheet is completed. I don't know about you guys. So, as suggested in lesson 0, we do 15 minutes of warm-up exercises, which will be this and the other 2 that we're gonna be doing tomorrow. But I think this is a good start today. And then we'll be going into our 30-minute free draw. You want to do 5 minutes more of this? Remember, we don't want to grind. Alright, so for today's free draw session, Make sure that you make long, confident lines. No chicken scratches, no broken lines. Pick up your pen between every stroke, so don't just zigzag. We should have a... Juno says we should have a straw poll to see who's done. Alright, I'll set one up. Does it say we have to do 2 pages? Oh, my bad. Alright. Alright, doing a second page then. Apologies. Yes, use a pen, not a pencil. You don't want to get distracted by using the correct pressure or holding the pencil at the right angle. A pen just kind of takes away a lot of the distractions that you don't really need to be focusing on right now. Once you become much more familiar and practice a lot more, then if you want, you can start bringing in like pencil pressure and holding it at an angle. If you can't draw with a pen, just use a pencil. There's no... I'm not forcing anyone to do anything. We're all just having fun here. Thank you for the hug, Lumina. Alright, I got my straight lines down. Remember, you're drawing from your shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Yes, keep your wrist and elbow not resting on anything. Draw from your shoulder. Relax the shoulder so you aren't tensing it up. Alright, well, I am done. I will create a straw pool to see if everyone is done. The link has been posted in the channel. Alright, we have 2 people done so far. Very cool. Six, getting good. Oh, sorry, I should probably mute myself while you... Apple ASMR time. Oh, you guys want some ASMR? Mmm. Delicious apple. Should I stop? Do it again. I wasn't ready. Here you go, Lumina. Mmm. Juicy. So good. I love apple. Gotta stay hydrated as well. Got my 2 liters of water. Remember to drink 2 liters of water every day. That's how much your body needs. Two liters of water, not energy drink. Alright, so we're up at 20. There's 10 people who haven't finished yet. I don't know if that's just because you haven't seen the straw poll or not. Is anyone still drawing? Yes, the stream will be archived. Alright, so no one is saying they're not done, so I'll just assume the last 10 people haven't seen the straw poll. Oh, Juno is still drawing. Good. Take your time. We're in no rush. Remember, if you're drawing too slow, your lines will be wobbly. Do long, confident strokes. Look at where your pen is going rather than the pen itself. Look at the end point. For anyone who's still drawing, finish up your thing. I'll start the free draw timer, and then you can just hop in as you feel like it. Free draw time. And remember to use everything we've learned so far. Lifting your elbow and wrist. Long, confident lines. Why is my phone ringing? Go away. I'm busy. I'm hanging out. I'm doing drawing lessons. No calls right now. Alright, timer has been set. Use pens if you can. minutes to finish up your drawing. Is this better? Was I muted this whole time? God. Alright. Yeah, my bad. So, absolutely beautiful butt here. I love this. Love the Gatling gun. This goat is crazy. And they're all like, "Be gone, thought! Get out of here! We don't want you!" This is and then I take this as a flashback. This is the origin story of them. They super jump over the wall and into action. That was how they became friends. Looking forward to see where this is going. So anyways, here, oh, a little bit further up. If you want to upload your lines, you can as well. So here we got my first drawing. It's a guy getting some terrible news. You think it's the news he's scared of, but it's actually the little gremlins that are crawling out of his TV. Lumina asks, how do you decide what to draw? Personally, I set up a statement that I want to convey. So for example, I want to convey create a scared person. Alright, so I draw a scared person, and then what is he scared about? He's watching the TV, but then that was kind of too boring and empty. There wasn't like, what was the point of this drawing? So I was like, well, actually he's scared of these little gremlins that are coming out. I don't know, maybe he's schizophrenic or something. And then we also have this guy riding on a big dog. He's in deep thought, and there's a little turtle with a exclamation mark. He gets surprised at the big doggy. Alright, so here we got two people in a mech. Got some doctors, some houses that are burning. This reminds me of a movie I watched once. I can't remember what it's called. Very cool. We got some line drawings, very good. This is looking really good. Super good exercise. Ooh, got some dangerous being going on here. Ooh, black spider. And we got Link holding up the turtle. Yeah, that's right. He picked up the turtle. Nice. Loch Ness monster. Evil goat demon. Very cool. Spider is kind of scary. Here's another drawing I do. It's the new Instagram challenge, the planking kissing. It's a couples challenge. I don't really know where I was going with this, but there it is. It exists now. Oh no, she came home and her husband died. Really like the exterior, the outside, the mountains. A lot of abstract stuff going on. I'm not really sure what's happening with that chair. It looks like some demon spawned from the chair and took over. Very cool. Lumina asks where I'm from. I'm from Denmark, a little country right above Germany, part of Scandinavia. Ooh, got some winners here. Oh, this is really cool. This is like fantasy stuff. You instantly get like, you don't even need to put it into any context. You can just see from the hair. This is a fantasy setting. Aw, sick Reaper or Skith, whatever they're called. Really cool. He wants coffee still. Very good. All right, we got some cat. we got a cat teacher. 2 + 2 equals 5. This says so much about society. Oh my god, we live in a society. They're teaching us the wrong things in school. Ah, big brain. I'll check how it's going on the Joshes once we're done looking at these. Don't worry. All right. All right. So he's running towards. I'm supposing the woman is like pulling her dog, which is a super bad thing to do. Don't pull your dog. Learn to actually control it rather than pulling that leash. And then this guy is angry coming over to stop her. That's right. Very cool. Ooh. This is some interesting stuff. Oh, is that a drawing of your room? Super messy? You need to clean that up. Set a timer 15 minutes before you go to bed and then just clean during that time. Whatever's left, you just leave till the next evening. It's a very easy way to keep clean. Really like the skirts. This is really good fabric. Really well made. Got some more lines. Ooh, these are really close. Pretty good. I can see you're wobbling a lot. You probably want to pick up the pace while drawing them. Long, flowing lines, confident lines. Very good. Got the kitty, Lapia. I like that you write your name on it. Oh no, why are you angry? I love the shading you do on both your clouds last time as well as the mountains. It's really good. Oh no, your mood is taking over. Oh no. You would probably, if you suffer from like getting sudden bursts of anxiety, then what you want to do is just close your eyes, sit with that anxiety. Don't try to push it away, because every emotion comes and goes. Nothing is permanent in life. That includes your emotions and fears. So if you just sit with it with open awareness, non-judgmentally, letting it be there, it'll pass pretty quickly. And once it does, thank it for being there. Alright. Alright. You know what? That's that's just cheating. Get out of here. You did not draw that. Got some eyeballs going. Good lines. No signs of life detected, and all the life is on the inside. This says so much about society. And then the sun is inside the planet. Oh, that's probably the planet's core. Modern architecture. Get that out of here. We don't want modern architecture. We want a house that has has geometric shapes on top. That's what we want. Oh, this looks kind of like my house, honestly. The old Danish neighborhood. Nice lines, yeah. Keep this picture and then notice how much you improve in a week of doing this. Remember to look at where your line is going, you draw, and then draw from your shoulder. Very important. Yeah, this is looking really good. Remember to draw the initial line with a ruler, as we learned, for future reference, for future time. Ooh, big picture. Got a big zoom out. He's riding the waves. Ignore, please. The big cylinder is coming down. No, get out of there. You're all gonna die. It's a huge cylinder about to crash into Earth. Very nice. And a random patch of grass on the sand, as you do, of course. Alright, interesting. Got an alien baby here with the Animal Crossing nose. This is probably what the offspring of Animal Crossing Kid and one of the residents would look like. Very cool. Oh, that's a flower. Ooh, that's the dangerous flower. Lots of spikes on it. Skipped one. Ooh, I like this one. It's a nice perspective and like nice composition, really. It's probably unintentional, but you've used the rule of thirds really well in this picture. Good job. Alright. Please remember to rotate your pictures before you upload them, alright? I'm breaking my neck here. Wow, you drew me! I'm flattered. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Froppy the legend. Oh, hush you flatterer. Ooh, we got some more big plants here. It's one of those. It has like a happy, friendly growth that attracts people, and then it eats them when they're not looking. We got the floaty. It's the new robot from what's it called? iRobot? No. Robbie? No. What's the robot movie called from Pixar? Wall-E, that's it, right. Yeah, it's Wall-E's girlfriend. Oh no, she's about to get eaten. Uh-oh, this is a strawberry. Oh, what a nice pun. This is a strawberry. And then we got the kawaii anime strawberry holding a weight. He's lifting weights, you gotta get strong. Perhaps that's a purse. Oh, is that like an igloo back there? We got like an Inuit. That's what they're called. A couple of people fighting up in the building. Lots of stuff going on here. Yes, a purse. I didn't realize it was a purse. I just thought it was funnier that he was lifting weights. Oh, what? Wait, what's... This is cheating. This looks way too good. So many layers. Is this done digitally? You like uploaded the sketch and then you drew on top digitally? Or are colors actually that? This is really well done. Good job. Ooh, we got a professional here. Those lines are on point. Nice. Ooh, really nice dragon. Nice scale, nice texturing. I hope you enjoyed drawing this one. Super cool. What do we have? We have a book, a drawing. Oh, another drawing of me. Aw, stop it. Very cool. I like the eye. That's really well made. Is that the guy in the middle looks like the baby convertible. You need to give him some wheels. Let's go. Ooh. We got the purple dragon here, but instead of us chasing him, he's the one chasing himself. So deep, yeah. Poker player. He's got a pool cue through his head and a flag in his head. Alright. We have the bear from Danganronpa down here almost. Very nice. We got a lot of these lines are so good too. They're just clinging together. Really well done. Well, I suppose that was the lesson today. It dragged on a little bit because of the 10 minutes of Josh watching we did in the beginning. Let's go check on the Joshes. Let's see how it goes. Now we can watch it as much as we want. That's a video. Battle Royale. This is another. Oh, this is live? Hey, come on, where's our Josh battle? Did it already end? Or can I watch the Josh fight? Yes, please. YouTube live stream, here we go. This isn't live. Link change. Alright.
Go.
Alright, I guess the Josh battle did end.
DoorDash.
Everyone's cleaning up. Johnny Josh won! Dude, it was Johnny Josh! Yeah! Oh wait, or are they still fighting? Oh, they were just cheering for him. Yes, for anyone out of the loop, exactly 1 year ago, a guy named Josh took every Josh he could find on Facebook and put them all in one group, and then challenged them all to meet at a specific location on this day today, about 2 hours ago, and then fight for the right of the name of Josh, and the one survivor would keep the name Josh. Everyone else can no longer legally have the Josh name. It's the ultimate fight of ultimate destiny. What does it say? Dad body? Nice. Dude, I can't wait to hear hear about this in a couple of days when the reviews are out. What? I wasn't showing the... You guys need to tell me when I mess up so often. I need to get better practice. Where is it? There we go. Alright, so apparently...
Who just won? Tiny Josh! Wow, how old was
Dude, it was Tiny Josh!
A 4-year-old, okay. Little Josh!
Yeah! Little Josh!
Little Josh!
Little Josh won!
Put him in the air.
Little Josh is the only one allowed to hold the name Josh now. Everyone must by law change their name.
Josh. Let us all see the champion.
Yes, let us see him. Let us see the winner, please.
There he is! There he is! Oh my god! I love you, Joshy! Bro!
Bruh, it was a 6-year-old kid who won. Yo! Pog! Oh, that's so wholesome. Ooh, nice quality. Except for the slideshow, of course. Alright, so a 6-year-old kid won the rights to be called Josh for all eternity. Congratulations, little Josh. Anyways, that was the stream for today. I hope everyone had a wonderful time. I know I did. And I hope you have a continued enjoyable day or evening. Bye-bye.